Now, when I get in that studio, I be trying. Sometime I be fucking up in that studio because I be trying to create something. I know that sound crazy. I be in there trying to create something instead of just letting the shit naturally create itself. I be trying to create it. Damn, I want to make a beat that sounds like this or like that. And that's the wrong thing. In my opinion, that's the wrong thing to do in the studio. You should not go in the studio with a preconceived notion of what you want. You should go in the studio with a clean slate and an open mind, ready to work. Because if you go in the studio with some shit on your mind that you trying to do, you may do it. You just may do it. But if you go in with an open mind and a clean slate and let the music make itself, put your fingers on the keys and let your fingers just go off into their own creative space freely without you thinking about it. Then you go to that drum machine and you let your fingers go freely into that creative space without you thinking. And then while both of these processes are going on in your mind, you take away all judgment. You go in your brain, you find that judgment, and you hold on to it. You grab it like this. And then you just do it like this and just throw it away. Get this fucking judgment out of here. And you let whatever happens, happen. While you playing them keys and you hitting that drum machine, them pads on that drum machine, man, don't judge nothing that comes out. Nothing. Don't judge that shit. Let that shit flow freely. With no preconceived notions of what you trying to create. You know? Just let the music create what it needs to create. Everybody want to make a hit. The music business is based on hit records, which I understand why, but nigga, it's not all about hit records. You know, it's about being a good artist overall. If you are a good artist, you're gonna make good music and people are gonna love it. So it's no need to be trying to make hit records all the time. Shit, a good record, man, in my opinion, any damn record I make is a hit record because I'm putting everything into it. Don't just put 1,000% in this record and put 45 in the rest of them because you think this is the one. You can go in the studio and just let the music create itself. When KLC made Down For My Niggas, he let the music create itself. He said he didn't think about nothing. All he did was just push the keys. He just pushed the fucking keys. He didn't do shit. As far as thinking goes. That's my problem. I get in the studio and do a goddamn bunch of thinking. I got a boatload of goddamn thinking to do. Man, fuck that goddamn thinking. When I go in there freely and just do it, it's a whole different feeling. And I guess I be wanting to make a certain kind of sound. So I shun away from the natural shit like a stupid motherfucking fool. Like a stupid fucking fool. I'm in here making organic music that's original to the ear. It comes from no other idea. It just comes from technique of knowing how to program the keyboard and the drum machine. That's the only thing that I'm thinking of. The technique of how to sequence it. Other than that shit be making itself and I be judging that shit, which is the wrong thing to do. Because when I done made records like that and didn't judge it, they was good beats. They was real good beats. Real good beats. But sometimes I put the fucking judgment on it. And what lets me know I be tripping is I let somebody else hear it and they be like, man, that's alright. And I be shooting it down. I start finding reasons to shoot that shit down. And that's kind of like going against yourself. But that's why I'm saying don't do that, man. I'm a victim of doing that shit. I'm guilty of that shit. But I'm aware, so I'm not gonna, I'm stopping it, you know. I catch myself. Because I have a problem of being in control. I'm a control freak. Not like controlling people, but like in control of what I do. And that's the problem I had with my last the label I was signed with the last time. You know, I have learned to be better with it, but when it came to the music, I was like in the way. I was all in the way. I didn't want nobody to do nothing with that music if it didn't fit, in my opinion. Not knowing that anything fits. You can make anything fit as long as it sound good, you know. But I was in the way, controlling shit, stopping the music, which is the wrong. That's the number one rule to this music. Don't stop the music. I would stop the fucking music. Nah, I don't like this. Nah. I mean, to be fair, a lot of that shit was whack. But you don't have to stop the music. You should keep going with the music to see where you will end up. Just because you're not there right now at this moment doesn't mean you won't get there to where you're going. You need to go through this phase and then evaluate it. Okay, what did you get out of this? Okay, well, let's take the good that we got out of this and apply it to the next process to get to where we're trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? But yep, I was stopping that music, being in control. You know what I'm saying? And that's not good. With music, everybody plays a role. You just do your best at playing your part, and then you put it in somebody else's hands that you trust, that knows what they're doing. You know, it's like the hot potato. You know what I'm saying? Pass that shit. Pass the baton, baby. Do you and pass that shit. You know? Let me program the drums. Because I'm a drum machine, nigga. Let me program the drums, you know what I'm saying? And set the keys up. Set some good background sounds up. And then let somebody come in and shit, put the icing on the motherfucking cake. Then let the engineer come in and mix that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and mix it. I know I got demo fever, which means before I take the record to the engineer for him to mix it, I love how the record sounds, you know, all the breaks that I put in it and everything I done to it. So I love how it sounds before it's pre-mixed. Now the engineer gonna get it and he's gonna put his creative twerk on it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. When he put his creative twerk on it, it may sound different than your twerk, than the demo twerk. Still could be a good record, but you just don't like the way that the engineer did it. But the way the engineer did it may be the way it needs to be done for the world to perceive it, how it needs to be perceived. And I had demo fever like a motherfucker. Like, nah, man, you didn't make it sound. Why did you change it? You could have mixed it, but you should have left it how I had it. And it's like, that's not how this shit go. It's not how it go. Everybody plays a role. So I had to learn to let go. And it's good to let go. It's real good to let go. You don't need to be in charge of everything. I was rapping, making the beats, engineering, you know what I'm saying, recording, rapping and recording it, then fucking mixing the shit too. And man, that's way too much shit to be doing. I mean, you could do it, but you have to specialize in one fucking area sometimes, you know. But it just depends. But I'm at a point now, I'm not like that. I was, but I'm not like that now. And it took a while to not be like that. But I'm free with the music and free enough to let the music dictate what needs to be done, instead of dictating to the music what I needed to do. So yeah, man, that shit there. That shit crazy. But you have to get out of the way and let the music make the music, and don't judge the music. You know what I'm saying? You got to take judgment away in the studio. Creating in the studio for me is so vulnerable. I don't want a lot of people around when I'm creating because I'm being very vulnerable. Now I can go around anybody and just do my fucking thing, but I have to really I could just do it, but you have to really cuz it's so personal and intimate, you know, being in the studio doing things that work and don't work. And you don't want a motherfucker, sometimes you don't want a motherfucker around seeing you do shit that don't work. Because they start judging you, not knowing that it's part of the process. And it can make you feel uncomfortable to do things that don't work around other people. You know what I'm saying? And that can make you feel uncomfortable too. Doing shit that don't work around other people. That shit make you feel uncomfortable. But I could just go to it. I have so much experience being uncomfortable that I could just, get beyond being uncomfortable and just still be me. I mean, and every artist goes through that kind of shit, but you have to just be you regardless of who's around and what's going down. And it's not necessarily being intimidated around a motherfucker, but it's an energy thing. An artist is really in tune with energy, a real artist, not no hustler. You know what I'm saying? Not no hustler. A artist. A real artist is in tune with their feelings, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of them are shy, and they'd rather hide under a rock than to interact with the rest of the world. But what separates me from that is I am that, but I have had embarrassing experiences for learning. Like, I have been put on the spot so many times and in so many awkward ass situations that I'm immune to the shit. It's no way you can make me feel bad. You could talk all the shit you want to talk about me in my face in a group of people, and it's not gonna faze me because I done been in so many intimidating situations and stood the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But I had to go through that training, and it sounds crazy to have to go through that, but everybody is different. You know what I'm saying? I'm naturally a shy, introverted person. Naturally. So if I don't really know you, it initially is hard for me to really communicate with you like I could with somebody that I know good. But I have a lot of tactics I could use to break that ice so it doesn't be awkward. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them awkward motherfuckers that you be around and motherfucker just be quiet. Don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm that awkward motherfucker. But I have ice breaking tactics, so it doesn't have to be awkward like that now. But all of that shit was fucking training. God damn. Oh man. But yeah, anyway, in that studio, man, you gotta get out of your way. You gotta get out of the way and let the music make itself. But I'm able to let the music make itself now. Yeah, I was talking about creating too and being uncomfortable. God damn. That uncomfortable shit is a whole is crazy. That shit is crazy, but I don't like to create around motherfuckers. I like to create solo or around somebody I trust because I'm still sensitive. I'm real fucking sensitive, but not sensitive to the point where you would know. You know what I'm saying? But it's still, I'm tough. My skin is tough as alligator skin, but it's still sensitive too. You can't be both. Why I say like this, when you say something about my art, I still feel some kind of way about it, but I'm able to process it different instead of processing it in a negative way. I'm able to hear it and take it if it's a critique, Or if it's negative, just let it bounce off. It's not gonna affect me to the point to where it'll make me not do the music or go in a dark place or make me feel less than or nothing like that. I have felt like that before and went through all of that shit. But after going through it, you realize, man, you can't let motherfuckers stop you from doing what you need to do. I'm here to do this shit. I can't let you stop me. I don't care what you say. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep pushing. Yeah, I heard you, but let me prove you wrong, motherfucker. Fuck you. I'm the man. And how could you talk about something that God gave me? Fuck you. You don't know nothing about this. This ain't even from here. You trying to judge me based on rules of here. And this shit was something that came outside of here. This shit that I have, this is a gift beyond this reality. So you can't judge it with this reality rules. So, yep. But yeah, in that studio, you got to get out the way and let the music make itself. The music is dying to make itself. It just needs somebody to flow through. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to channel through you. Just play the keys. You know what I'm saying? Just be the vessel. Just like it's a entity inside that's incarnating this whole fucking body. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing the music is. It just needs you to be the vessel so it can channel itself through. But you can, and this is what I wanted to say too, you can go into the studio with a preconceived notion of what you want to create and create it. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's an even greater thing to go in there and let the music create itself and run with that. We out.